and welcome to Somerville Highlander Girls Lacrosse on Somerville NTV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today the Highlanders continue their GBL schedule as they welcome the Golden Tornadoes of Malden into Dilboy Stadium. Highlanders coming off a huge victory over what was a 4-1 Saugus team. That Saugus team is now 4-2, just like the Highlanders are 4-2, because the Highlanders beat Saugus here yesterday at Dilboy. Score of 7-5. They led throughout the game, and just a really good performance against a quality lacrosse team. And now they come in today, getting back to their GBL schedule where they are undefeated at 2-0, hosting these Golden Tornadoes. Golden Tornadoes having a rough season, 0-5 overall, 0-2 in the GBL. Highlanders swept Malden last year and look to begin that process this year as well. So the Highlanders need to keep their focus after a big win, after a difficult win against a difficult opponent against Saugus, as they go up against the Golden Tornadoes here today. About to get underway with the face-off. Regan Antonelli in the face-off circle for the Highlanders. And the infraction is called against Antonelli. She is called for the illegal procedure on that. So Malden will have the ball as they break into the attacking zone. Girls lacrosse, four 12-minute quarters. Physical checking not allowed. You can't body check your opponent. You can check their cross. You also are not allowed to block shots directly in front. You have to give room for the shot to go through. Ground ball down there. Highlanders battling for it against the Golden Tornadoes. Ball up into the air. Malden will get the possession. As they break straight down the slot into the critical scoring zone, and the score there for Malden as they put that one home. They will take the lead with that goal. So the Highlanders, right off the bat, mentioned how they need to keep their focus today, but have the difficult assignment of keeping that focus, as I believe that was Kamani Gomes who got that goal for the Golden Tornadoes, showing a great aggressive attack right down the slot there in front into that critical scoring area. As Gomes and Antonelli in the face-off circle. As Plata trying to collect that, battling there with Amelia Berliner. And Antonelli comes in and grabs the ground ball. Highlanders will move on to the attack. As Antonelli carries it into the attacking zone, she looks down low, drops that one off. Good block there. As Rowan Buckley right on the doorstep, and she's able to roll that one home. As Buckley missed the initial attempt off the assist try from Antonelli. Good play there by the Highlanders on the fast break, but Buckley able to finish it off. Back to the face-off circle now, as you'll see how important it is here for a team to win face-offs. Opportunity for kind of a make-it, take-it situation, using a basketball term. As Berliner and Antonelli once again in the face-off circle, tied up 1-1 here. And we're going to have another procedure problem there for Antonelli on the face-off. And Regan's going to get whistled for that as well. Did not allow the amount of room for Katie Rice before checking it out of her cross. Pass there. So the Highlander defense had collapsed down on Rice, and the Highlanders now able to steal this one. So they get into the attacking zone. Picked up by Antonelli, but Right there is Katie Rice as she's battling with Antonelli. That infraction will go against Rice. Now Plata feeds it here to the near side. That's Riekert Facilities. Now Rowan Buckley. As they work it around back to that X position. That's Ava Davis back there. Is not quite able to get it into her cross though. As it bounces out and out of bounds. In terms of the out of bounds play, if it goes out of bounds on an errant pass or it rolls out of bounds off of a misplay of some sort, the last team to touch it loses the possession. On a shot that goes out of bounds, the team with a player closest to where it goes out of bounds when it goes out is who gets the possession. It's one of the reasons why it's so critical to use that positioning behind the goal, that X position, as Antonelli cutting into that critical scoring zone. Earns the foul. So she will get the restart. She will have the opportunity here from that 8-meter arc. She can drive in, she can shoot, she can pass, she can do whatever she wants. Coming in from that 8-meter arc. Audrey Gwynn in goal for Malden. Takes the swipe at it, but Antonelli puts it right behind her. As Regan Antonelli gives the Highlanders the lead 2-1, 8:44 remaining here in the first quarter. As the Highlanders have broken out to the 2-1 lead after the opening goal by Malden.
Somerville scored number 21, Regan Antonelli.
Back to the face-off circle now. Antonelli and Berliner. And Antonelli able to pick that right out of the air. Excellent work there by Regan. As she breaks down into the slot, finds Rowan Buckley. Great job by Gwynn in between the pipes, knocking that one away. Ava Davis now has it on the far side. Davis cuts in, tries the underhanded scoop and puts it right by Gwynn. As Ava Davis, excellent job there. One of the senior leaders on this team. The other game we had with the lacrosse team, the girls lacrosse team, Ava had 3 goals in that game. You can see how good of a goal scorer she can be as she adjusted the cross as she came outside the goalie's area to make that shot. A little underhanded scoop and put that one home. 3-1 now the Highlander lead, 8:24 remaining in the first quarter. As this one bounding about, Plata chasing it down, picked up there by Kate Timmons. As Timmons now has speed, gets it into the attacking zone. Emma Lounsbury now with it. As Lounsbury will give the Highlanders the opportunity to set the offense. She drops it to Riekert Facilities. Riekert Facilities drives in and puts that one home. As Vienna Riekert Facilities picking up where she left off against Everett. As she had 4 goals in that game. Picks one up here. Highlanders now with the 4-1 lead. Face off once again. Antonelli in the face-off circle. Malden will collect it, though, as Amelia Berliner with it. Berliner spinning away from Plata. Plata doing a nice job, not physically, bodily checking her, but keeping her from running freely. As Berliner, a little back pass there, able to be picked up. It's now the goal scorer for Malden out on the far wing. Letting Malden set their offense. You see the Highlanders playing a man-to-man, it appears, out there. And Kate Timmons with the defensive assignment there. Shot knocked down. Taken by Julia Rafkind. As Rafkin is able to send that downfield, but Not able to complete the transition there. There's Regan Antonelli sliding in, stealing that pass. Great job by Antonelli as she gets it forward to Davis. Davis, though, loses it out of the cross as she spun trying to receive that pass. Ball bounding about on the ground. Who's going to pick up the ground ball? That's Ava Davis, and the Highlanders have the odd man advantage breaking in as Davis will drop that one off. Riker Facilities not quite able to get control of it, though. Whistle sounds. And let's see. Riker Facilities will be brought back. This time, not the 8-meter arc, but the larger 12-meter arc, where she will get the restart. On that one, she has to pass unless she gets checked, at which point she could shoot. Ava Davis will take it, and she has it back at that X position. Passes that to Plata. Plata fires that shot, bounds off of the post. Comes rolling out here near side. Good job by Lounsbury as she gets over there to pick it up off the ground. Now Plata dropping that one down, looking for Davis. Davis just not quite able to receive that cleanly. That's going to go out of bounds. Malden will get that. So you see strategically what the Highlanders are doing. They've got Ava Davis on the far side of the goalie's area. You also have Rowan Buckley on the near side of the goalie's area. As the Highlanders come into the attacking zone, they want to find Davis or Buckley down low. Another great steal there as Kate Timmons steals it away. Gets it down to Davis. Davis now gives it to Lounsbury. They will set their offense. 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Highlanders lead 4-1. Buckley has it at the X. Riker Facilities gets that one out as they work it around the perimeter. Layla Mahoney, number 3, is out there as well. Now I've gotten to say the name of everybody on the offensive zone right now. It's Buckley. Finds Plata cutting, but Plata couldn't quite get it into the cross. Fighting against the ground ball now, as she does get that one. Fires it over, looking for Antonelli, but that one not able to be secured as well. Now Mahoney has it. Riker Facilities all the way over to Davis. Highlanders taking their time, working their offense, trying to find somebody open, a cutter going to the net. As you see Mahoney providing a screen there. Instead, Buckley will pull it back out. Now Plata working off the screen from Lounsbury. Looks for help with Davis. And a 3-second call, I believe, is going to be what that is. Highlanders will get the restart. On that 3-second rule, defenders cannot stand inside that 8-meter arc, that critical scoring area, for more than 3 seconds unless they're closely guarding an opponent. And the decision of the referee was Plata now has the opportunity off the restart. Great job defensively by Malden as they forced her to change the angle of her cross, looking for the shot, allowing Gwynn to make the save. As it bounces to the outside now, Mahoney fighting for it along the sideline along with Berliner. Malden will get the possession. .244 remaining here in the first quarter. Highlanders leading 4-1. As we sort out who will get the possession here, Malden was granted the possession, I thought, on the out of bounds, but they quickly stopped it. Now the Highlanders will begin as Lounsbury brings it and gets the restart. And now looks like we're going to change this up, and Malden will get the restart. As Amelia Berliner will get things going. Long pass downfield. Plata knocks it down. Timmons picks it up. Timmons fires it off. There's Reichert Facilities, and there she is, scoring her second goal. As Reichert Facilities, 2 goals in this game, 2:04 remaining. Highlanders lead it by 4, 5-1. Malden burst out to a quick 1-0 lead, and it's been all Highlanders since then with 5 unanswered here in the first quarter. Antonelli once again. In the face-off circle for the draw. And she will get the possession there. She drives into the attacking zone, flips it off to Buckley. Great job there by Gwynn as Gwynn made the stop. Now the Highlanders, though, able to get the ball back as they will set their offense. Davis now gives that one off to Buckley. Buckley coming out of X. She thinks she's got a chance at the goal, and she's right about that. As Rowan Buckley picks up her second goal of the game. Good read as Gwynn was cheating, looking for the pass coming out of X. Buckley quickly recognized that and came around and just fired that in from outside the goalie circle. 1:29 remaining now in the first quarter. Highlanders with the 5-goal lead, 6-1. Highlander girls lacrosse team, 2-time GBL champions. Medford was able to wrest that championship away from them last year. Those 2 teams will be playing next week at Medford, by the way. On Tuesday the 21st at 4:30, that game will be at Medford. And the Highlanders and the Mustangs will match up. That'll be a big one in the GBL standings, as the winner of that game will get a leg up. The quality of the GBL definitely are the Mustangs and the Highlanders.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter. 1 minute.
1 minute remaining here in this first quarter. Highlanders with the 5-goal lead. Ava Davis out on the far wing thinking about adding to it. They bring it here near side. Lily Foster with it now. As Antonelli brings it back to Plata. Plata now. She'll drive in. Finds Buckley in the middle, but Buckley just couldn't quite get it in the cross. Now it's on the ground outside the goalie circle. We saw Buckley score on one that was knocked in from the ground earlier in the game. But Malden able to come away with this one. As this one sent downfield, picked up by Francesca, I should say, Meringue. Highlanders able to steal it away, though. Now Plata turns on the Jets. She drives into the attacking zone. She's got help as well, but she'll backhand it towards the net and just wide as she adjusted from the forehand to the backhand to get a slightly better angle at that shot. And I think that caused that shot to go a bit awry. That will do it for the first quarter of play as the Highlanders lead this one by 5, 6-1. Goal scorers in that quarter, Rowan Buckley with 2, Vienna Reichert Facilities with 2, Ava Davis with 1, and Regan Antonelli with 1 as well. Don't forget, we've got action all over the place here in spring athletics on Somerville Ed TV. We were at the volleyball court yesterday checking out what the boys volleyball team was doing against Lynn Classical. They lost a heartbreaker, tough matchup against Lynn Classical, taking their second GBL loss of the season. Ozzie Marks, their setter, captain as well, was out due to being out in California checking out new colleges or college opportunities where he might end up going. So I will tell you very clearly that the Highlanders did a very good job but just weren't able to get over the hump in any of those 3 sets, as they lost 3 sets to 0. Every single set a 2-point loss, as they lost 25-23 in the first set, 26-24 in sets numbers 2 and 3. So the Highlanders now have a tough row to hoe the rest of the way, as they have 2 GBL losses as they look for a GBL championship this year. No doubt when Ozzy is back, though, they will be ready to rock and roll and see whether they can go clean the rest of the way through the GBL. That's what it's going to take, and they can still get that GBL championship that they want so much. Over on the boys' side of the lacrosse pitch, coming off a big win against Malden, 15-5. We had that here for you on Somerville Ed TV. Mash your buttons, by the way. Subscribe, like, share. I do them in different orders sometimes. Make sure you sign up for the notifications as well. You'll know exactly when we have posted or have special live coverage of any of the athletics that we cover here at Somerville Ed TV. And let's move over to the baseball diamond very, very quickly before we begin the second quarter and talk about what the Highlander baseball team is doing, because they are currently undefeated. They are 4-0. They had a 1-run victory at Malden as they won 6-5, a huge win. Sean Fusco back from injury. He's out there on the field with 2 hits for the Highlanders in that game. And young sophomore, I should say, Hugh Cunningham Spear came in to lock down that win for the Highlanders, picking up the save with 5 strikeouts in his time on the mound. Highlanders looking great right now in the GBL. They are 4-0, leading the GBL, only undefeated team in the GBL. They have wins already against Lynn Classical and against reigning champion Medford, I should say. So the Highlander baseball team looking great for Coach O'Donnell. We will have coverage of them as they get back to action after the spring break. So we are about to get underway here in the second quarter of play. Get the draw facing the right direction. There's Antonelli back in there to take it for the Highlanders. Battling there with Katie Rice is Antonelli. Now Mahoney trying to get to it. The Highlanders will take it as Mahoney ends up with it. Feeds that to Plata. There's now Camila Plata. Enters the attacking zone. Again, you see Buckley now on the far side. Ava Davis on the near side. They are stationed on either side of the net. As Lily Foster gives it off to Davis. Davis wide open for that shot. Almost the same way she got her first goal. Breaking in, goes to that underhanded kind of side cross shot there. Now the Highlanders lead by 6-7-1. $11:25 remaining here in the first half. Highlanders firm control now, leading 7-1 after Malden came out scoring the first goal. 7 unanswered from the Highlanders since then. Referee getting that ball position for the draw. Another good draw there for Antonelli as she gets it up into the air. Couldn't quite get to it in the cross, though, and Malden comes away with it. So Malden now has the opportunity to set up their offense. Highlanders coming out once again straight man-to-man. Pass there, unable to be collected by Katie Rice, and Camila Plata has it. As Plata now. Plenty of room moving downfield into the attacking zones. Highlanders have numbers. As she's got Buckley to her left. Whistles sound. And it will go over to Malden, and incorrect substitution against the Highlanders there as Mahoney was leaving the pitch. Replacement came on a bit early. So now Malden trying to transition into the defensive zone of the Highlanders, but loses control, and Abby Raish able to bring it out for the Highlanders, gives it off to Antonelli. Antonelli plays that ball forward. Buckley will pick it up on the bounce. Buckley into the critical scoring area and puts it home. And she was surrounded by two golden tornadoes, and that didn't make a darn bit of difference as Buckley able to fire that one right by the goalie, Gwynn. The Highlanders lead 7 goals is that lead. 8-1 is your score. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Draw yet again in the face-off circle. Antonelli will grab it. See once again the importance of that person taking the draw consistently, getting those wins. Highlanders once again, now they've got the 7-goal lead and they can add to it. As Plata drops that one over, that's Willa Brown. As now Buckley will have it back at the X position. Goes to Ana Luisa Martins. Now Plata taking her time here, trying to find a cutter. Drops it off to Bailey DiCarlo. As DiCarlo, name I'm getting used to saying here at the lacrosse pitch. And they bring it to the near side to Antonelli. Nice fake there by Antonelli. She's in against the goalie, Gwynn. Fires that one, Gwynn. Able to make the stop, but Antonelli gets the rebound, goes for it from the other side, doesn't get it there, but Buckley will pick up the rebound now. So Highlanders keeping the possession, and that's such an important thing there, but they're going to give it up right here unless, and Martin's able to pick that up. Great job by Ana Luisa. Drops it off. Here comes Lily Foster. Foster gets bumped. As Berliner, playing some tough defense there for Malden, picks up the ground ball but loses it out of the cross, but the Golden Tornadoes will get the possession. Attempt to move it forward, though, intercepted by the Highlanders as Willa Brown has it. Brown, though, unable to keep it in the cross as she gets checked. Called on for covering up there is Malden, so the Highlanders get it as Antonelli has it out to the wide to the far side. 8 minutes remaining in the half. Good look there by Antonelli. For a moment, DiCarlo was open. Got bodied off of that one, though. Now Plata, top of the slot. Over to DiCarlo. She'll go down to Martins. And Ana Luisa out of bounds. Turn over to the Golden Tornadoes. Berliner trying to make a quick start of it. Martins gets called for that infraction. Antonelli able to steal that one away. Seeing a similar difficulty for the Malden girls lacrosse team as we did the Malden boys lacrosse team a few days ago. As their transition game they are struggling with. Buckley on the restart back behind the net after that shot attempt by Antonelli went out of bounds. Highlanders got it. Martins all the way around the horn back to Buckley. A little zing on that pass from Buckley looking for Foster. Got past Lilly and out of bounds. Malden will pick it up. Good job there by Lily Foster with the check from behind on Sydney Gordon. Ball on the ground now, though. As Katie Rice took it for a moment, but then intercepted by Antonelli. As Antonelli into the attacking zone, looks for Plata. A little bit behind her. Plata's got to pick it up off the ground. Now Camilla's got it out wide. Now Brown. Near side here to DeCarlo. Martins. Tries to get it back to X to Antonelli. A little off course with that pass. Turnover goes back to Malden. Highlanders steal it away though again. Transition, really a difficult situation for the Golden Tornadoes. As Brown now will pick up the ground ball. Gets it over to DeCarlo. Whereas you see the Highlanders on their defensive end playing a straight up man-to-man. Malden, just a pure zone here. The arc of defenders. Anybody breaks through, they'll get chased a little while. Nice pass there to Martins as she turns, tries to get it towards the net. Didn't quite get that off cleanly. And Gwynn now has it for the Golden Tornadoes. She's looking for somebody to help her out here. She needs some help flashing back to the ball. As Berliner tried to get back to help her, but the pass did not connect. And out of bounds, the Highlanders will get it. Nope, they're going to give it to Malden. It was out of bounds, I thought, but I did not see the signal from the official. May have been an infraction by the Highlanders, as Berliner now will get started. Checked from behind by Martins, but Martins called for the infraction. So Berliner continues. She will enter into the attacking zone. Once you get past that football 30-yard line, you're in the attacking zone. Then you can have out into the football 50-yard line to play with. Now number 17, who I do not have a 17 on my roster, but I believe that's Nyla Pierre. Defended out there by Abby McDonald. See the difference in the defensive styles. The Highlanders playing very much a man-to-man. Great job there. As whoever 17 is, and we'll figure that out at halftime, she's got 2 goals. Eight to 2, the Highlander lead now after the 2 goals for Malden. As it'll be Katie Rice in the face-off circle against Antonelli for the draw. 3:22 remaining in the half. Antonelli once again just so good with those face-offs, able to put the ball into the air. Great hand-eye coordination to poke it, to pick it right out of midair. It's now DeCarlo. Feeds that one over. That's Lily Foster. Out wide, we have a whistle stoppage here. I believe Malden called for too many defenders in the zone, so an offsides basically against Malden. Highlanders get the restart. That's dropped in. Antonelli, she knows what to do with it. As Antonelli finishes that off, great job by Regan, and she picks up her 2nd goal of the game. I think that was Emma Lounsbury with a really nice assist on that one. Actually, strike that. That was Anna Rice. The 18 looked like a 10 for a moment. So the freshman Anna Rice picking up the assist there on Antonelli's goal. 2:37 remaining. Highlanders lead it by 7, 9-2. Antonelli back into that face-off circle for the draw. Katie Rice battling with her there. And you see again, Regan Antonelli just so good on the face-off, able to poke that right out of air. Just pick it right up. Jennifer Gordon now passing it downfield. Good job there by Martins as she goes and gets it. Loses control for a moment, but picked up. Lily Foster has it. Out to Rice. It's now Martins with it. Another one of the freshmen on this team. Lots of youth, but also lots of experience on this team. As Adelaide Calvert getting her first time on the pitch. Number 15 for the Highlanders. Gordon lost that one for a moment. Now Willa Brown near side here. DiCarlo. DiCarlo looks for the cutter on the interior. That's Martins. Couldn't quite get it into the cross. Martins, though, will clean it up on the outside. Plays it back to DiCarlo. Now DiCarlo. Allows the Highlanders to set it up. Pass just a little too high. Couldn't quite get it into the cross there. Jennifer Gordon let it get by her. One minute remaining here in the half.
In the second quarter, 1 minute.
Highlanders with the 7-goal lead. 9-2 is your score. Malden still struggling. Sydney Gordon with it now. Struggling to get the transition game going. As the lone Malden goal scorer breaking in. Dangerous here. She came all the way around through X. Ball down on the field. Being battled for. Abby McDonald around there. She's the one out there defending. So this one trying to find Berliner. Ball bounding back at that X position. Berliner finally able to pick it up. Immediately double teamed. As McDonald. As well as Raish. And that will do it for the first half as Malden got some offensive time there at the end of the half, but we're not able to generate a shot. Highlanders lead at the half by 7. 9-2 is your score here from Dilboy Stadium on Somerville Ed TV. We'll be back for second half action in a moment. We are back at Dilboy Stadium. Highlanders versus the Golden Tornadoes here on Somerville Ed TV. As the Highlanders lead this one 9-2. We move on to the second half of play as mysteries have been solved. Nyla Pierre is number 17 for the Golden Tornadoes. She's their goal scorer. She scored both of their goals. Also, speaking of goals, we have changes in the goal for the Highlanders as Lauren Lockowitz into the game, freshman between the pipes. Julia Rafkin will take the remainder of the day off for the Highlanders. And over on the Malden side, I've been misnaming the goalie this entire time, Genesis Hernandez, young 8th grader making her first ever start in net for the Golden Tornadoes. I'm not sure whether Genesis is very happy about having to face the shot she has today, but she's done a good job making some nice blocks on a very dominant performance by the Highlander offense. As Malden has struggled in the passing game and transition game, Rowan Buckley, she's got 3 goals in the game. As that pass, though, down to Buckley gets by and out of bounds, it will become Malden's ball. As Gabby Perini Cordova trying to get control. And now Pierre will pull it away for the Golden Tornadoes. And we have a stoppage as Pierre leaving the field of play. Not totally sure of the situation here. Pierre will be into the penalty box, it appears. Nyla not happy about that. Golden Tornadoes will be playing down a man here, or a woman, as the case might specifically be. Emma Lounsbury will get things started here for the Highlanders. Highlanders lead by 7. If you're wondering about the mercy rule here in girls lacrosse, once a 10-goal lead is achieved, the clock continues to run with no stoppages even after made goals. Speaking of a made goal, Camila Plata's in, tries that shot. That goes wide. Nice job there by Hernandez, cutting down the angle that Plata had to shoot at. Now Ava Davis has that. We've seen Davis score a couple as well. As she picks that one up, works it around, Layla Mahoney with it. Gives that off to Plata. Plata here near side. Riker Facilities drives in. She picks up her 3rd goal of the match. Puts that one right by Hernandez. 2 hat tricks for the Highlanders. Rowan Buckley's got 3. Vienna Reichert Facilities as well with 3 goals. Highlanders lead by 8. 9:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. As we look around at the spring athletics here, girls lacrosse well on course towards postseason action. Definitely in play for a GBL championship as well. A lot will be found out next week on Tuesday as they go to Medford. 4:30 is when that game will start. Huge matchup between the 2 best teams in the GBL. Winner of that game will have a head start towards the championship as Plata breaks in, whistle sounds. And Plata will get the opportunity from the 8-meter arc as her approach towards the net was blocked. So Plata will have the opportunity to drive in from that 8-meter arc right onto Hernandez. And she fires that one right by Hernandez over her left shoulder. Plata picks up her 1st goal of the game. Highlanders now with the 9-goal lead, 11-2. Just under 9 minutes remaining. Talking about the playoff opportunities over here in Highlander Nation this spring. Volleyball after 8 games. They've got 12 games remaining in their schedule. They need 5 more wins to get into the postseason. Tough loss yesterday against Lynn Classical. Possibility of a GBL championship still stays on the table for the volleyball team, but they're going to have to do some work as they have a loss to Revere at Revere, and now the loss to Lynn Classical at home. They were able to take down Lynn Classical at Lynn Classical last year. So it is doable. We will see whether the volleyball team can do that throughout this season. Face off here as DiCarlo is in to take it for the Highlanders. And Mahoney comes away with it. It's Layla Mahoney now. Mahoney pulls it back out. Highlanders with a person advantage here. Mahoney drives in, and Mahoney puts it right into the back of the net. There's Layla Mahoney able to get that one past Genesis Hernandez. As Nyla Pierre still over in the box, we have the running clock. So clock will run now with the 10-goal lead for the Highlanders. 12-2 is your score. I believe Nyla Pierre will be released now. Highlanders able to pick up 2 goals while Pierre was out, while they had that person advantage. Already talked a little bit about the baseball team. What a great start they're off to. They're at Peabody right now, looking to continue their opening strength as they are 4-0 in their first 4 games. All 4 GBL victories, 2 of those against some of their main competitors for the GBL championship, as Medford and Lynn Classical, as well as Malden, going down to defeat, along with Revere, to the Highlanders. That one, Fiona Rickson with it for a moment, lost it out of bounds.
Somerville goal. Number 3, Layla Mahoney.
So Amelia Berliner will restart here for Malden. Berliner into that attacking zone, defended by Plata. Gives it off. Now, here comes Pierre. She drives in, fires. Nice job there in net by Lockowitz, as she's able to knock that one aside. Really good opportunity here for Yanni Saragadis to get his backup goalie in, young freshman, Lauren Lockowitz, as Lauren gets the opportunity to get some experience here. As Pierre comes around, tries to come around from that X position and fire it in again, was not able to get it through. Out of bounds, but Malden closest to it, so Gordon will get the restart here for Malden. Defended by Mahoney. Again, you see the defensive difference between these 2 teams as Rickson just pokes that right out of the air. Plays it forward for DeCarlo. She'll play it on a bounce as the Highlanders in transition. Looks for Lounsbury as Emma picks that one up off the ground. Now Emma into the attacking zone. She's got Buckley in front of the net. She goes for Buckley in front of the net, but it gets by Rowan all the way out of bounds. Malden will get this one back. 5:30 remaining as the clock rolls. Highlanders with the 10-goal lead, 12-2. Buckley there defending. Ball on the ground. Berliner able to pick it up. Berliner down the sideline. Good job there by Berliner. Malden has been trying to pass in transition. It's kind of they seem to be passing in transition, but then in the offensive zone, it's kind of a one versus the world situation going on there for Malden. That time Berliner was able to transition into the offensive zone, but wasn't able to make a pass away from it as the Highlander defense shut her down. Plata spins away from the defense. Plays it forward. Ava Davis, she drives in, and the goal is scored. Was that Lounsbury, I believe, who got that from Davis? As the senior Emma Lounsbury picks up her first goal of the game. 13-2, the Highlander lead. 4:05 remaining here in the third quarter. Clock rolls. As Nyla Pierre in the draw circle for Malden. Bailey DeCarlo for the Highlanders. DeCarlo, one of the freshmen on the lineup, getting that experience. Highlanders called for the infraction. And here comes Nyla Pierre. One versus the world. Pierre has it. Defended by Plata. Gives her off. as Timmons has her now. And called for the infraction is Pierre, as she's called for warding in that case. Nice check there from behind by Berliner, getting it away from Timmons, but Kate able to pick it back up. Kate gets it forward, looking for Lounsbury. Lounsbury on the bounce, able to attack. Lounsbury looks for Reichert Facilities. She will pull that back out. Whistle sounds. And the Highlanders will get the opportunity once again from the 8-meter arc. It's Reichert Facilities. She'll have the chance for her 4th goal as she breaks in alone against Genesis Hernandez. And that one Hernandez was able to stop. Great job there by the young 8th grader. As Genesis out there making her first ever start for the Golden Tornadoes today. Looking for some help. Ava Davis coming away with it. Whistle sounds though. And the Highlanders will get this restart. Ava Davis will restart from out there. The Malden midfielders as well as defenders have got to help their goalie out when Genesis is back there and looking for help, looking for somebody to help her transition out of that defensive zone. They've got to move around a bit, make themselves available as Plata fires that one towards the net. Whistle sounds. Goes against Malden. Clock rolls, a minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Highlanders lead by 11. Plata looking to make it 12. And she will have it straight on from the 8-meter arc. Hernandez stopped the last opportunity from the 8-meter arc. Let's see what she does here. Plata fakes, fires, and puts it home. Nice move there by Camila Plata, as the Malden defense had been doing a nice job using the 4 meters. You're required to be along that arc 4 meters away from the restart, from the offensive restarter. Malden was doing a nice job getting their crosses out there on the direct attack. That time Plata took the 1 step towards the goal, faked that way, moved to her right, and was able to find the back of the net for her 2nd goal of the match. 14-2, the Highlanders lead, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action, as we will not have time for the draw between DiCarlo and Pierre before the end of the quarter. Highlanders leading this one by 12. As they will switch sides. And come out for the 4th quarter. Highlanders goals today, 3 for Rowan Buckley, 3 for Vienna Reichert Facilities, 2 for Camila Plata, 2 for Ava Davis, 2 for Regan Antonelli as well. Single goal for Emma Lounsbury in the game. Layla Mahoney has found the back of the net. Anna Rice, freshman out there, with a beautiful assist on one of Antonelli's goals. Opportunity for the Highlanders to get experience. Lauren Lockowitz playing here in the 2nd half in the goal. Genesis Hernandez on the other side for Malden, her first ever opportunity to play in the net. She's made some really good stops, as Highlanders have 14 goals up in this game. They've had a heck of a lot more opportunities than that 14. Hernandez has done a nice job, especially bearing in mind her youth, only an 8th grader. So this experience is going to help her out down the road. And that's an important thing when you're a growing program like the Malden lacrosse program. And the other programs in the GBL, so important to get that experience. The Highlanders, with that lengthy roster, able to get a lot of freshmen out there. We've seen a lot of freshmen out there getting lots of time. We've seen Bailey DiCarlo getting a lot of time out there on the field. Jennifer Gordon's been out there as well. Highlanders now just looking to complete this victory against Malden, leading by 12, moving into the final 12 minutes of the game. Antonelli back into the face-off circle for the Highlanders, with Nyla Pierre for the Golden Tornadoes. Good grab out of the air. Nora Gamache out there now. As Nora, we know her speed, speeds down the slot, fires for the net, and she puts it in behind the Malden goalie. As Nora Gamache, burst of speed into the attacking zone. She's not going to get the credit for the goal, though. She'll have to earn it from the 8-meter arc as the whistle sounded before she tried the shot. So here's Nora Gamache again, trying for the goal that she did not get due to the infraction by Malden. And Gamache drives in, fires that one in. Genesis was able to make the stop. Kick, save, and a beauty there for Genesis Hernandez as she exults to the family in the stands. So Nora will have to wait. She'll get her goal down the road, no doubt about that. Showing bursts of speed and athleticism like that. Stolen away now, Gamache has it. Plays it for Antonelli. I think I've said that before. Gamache to Antonelli. As Antonelli drops that off, fired, and I believe Lily Foster has put that into the back of the net, and she has. Good play there by Antonelli as she saw the cutter coming from the left. That was Lily Foster. Antonelli found her. Foster knew what to do with it, put it right into the back of the net. 15-2, your Highlander lead.
Solo score number 13, Lily Foster.
Back into the face-off circle, Nyla Pierre versus Regan Antonelli. Highlanders with the 13-goal lead. Clock is rolling, 2:45 remaining. As Gamache secures it in the cross. Now Nora finds Antonelli. Regan looks down low to Martins. Maria Ramos is out there, number 11, her first time on the pitch today. It's Gamache getting her first time as well. Foster feeds it down low. That's Gordon. Gordon brings it over to Ramos. Ramos picks up the ground ball. Goes to Martins. Martins looking for the cutter. That's Antonelli. Good shot, but it comes off the post. Great pass there from Martins, finding the cutter Antonelli. Put it in a great spot as well, right on her cross. Genesis Hernandez, though, filling up that goal, not allowing a lot of room. She has been under assault in between the pipes. She has acquitted herself well. 15 goals for the Highlanders. There could be many more. She's done well to keep it at 15. As Gamache now has it. Skip pass here. As they work it around, Willa Brown tries to get it down to Ramos. Stolen away, knocked away. Berliner tries to pick it up. And Amelia Berliner, though, gets held up. I think Ramos called for that one, so Malden will get the restart. Berliner loses it out of the cross. Highlanders called for the infraction, so Berliner will get the restart. Now that one comes out of the cross. No restart here as Lily Foster picks it up. Now Foster into the attacking zone. Drops that with Antonelli. Down low. Antonelli looking there for Jennifer Gordon, just couldn't quite get it into her cross. So Antonelli grabs that one but goes out of bounds with it. So Malden will get the restart. Bounding ball. Martin's unable to pick it up. Gamache will use her speed to go get it. And now Nora's got a head of steam towards the goal. Possibly an opportunity here. Hits the outside netting there. She drove in. 7 minutes remaining. Clock rolls. Highlanders with the 13-goal lead. As the ball down on the ground, Martins picks it up. Martins with the pass. Looking for Antonelli. Couldn't quite cleanly get it in the cross. Whistle sounds. And the Highlanders will again get the opportunity, I think. I think this will come out to the 12-meter arc. So in this case, Regan has to wait to be checked, which she did, before she can shoot. She knew exactly what she wanted to do, found the back of the net behind Genesis Hernandez for the goal. The Highlanders with a 14-goal lead. Antonelli now with 3 goals in the match. Highlander Girls Lacrosse program has grown. A large roster. Good players. A couple GBL championships already. Battling for another one here this season. As Gamache will pick this one up. Plays it to Antonelli. It's amazing when you talk to head coach Yanni Saragatis. Is breaking in there as Willa Brown goes down to the turf. Willa's going to get the opportunity here from the 8-meter. Talked to Yanni Saragatis about how they started this program that basically started with going and buying lacrosse for dummies. No joke. That is how it started. A couple GBL championships, and now they're battling for another one here. As Willa Brown will have this opportunity from the 8-meter. Hernandez has done a good job on a couple of these. Brown's got to wait for the whistle. There's the whistle. As Brown tried the shot. Katie Rice right there defensively was able to stop that from being an accurate shot, but Antonelli able to get the ball. Now Martins with it near side. Off the screen from Gordon. Gamache now with it. Down to Martins. Martins driving in. Loses it out of the cross. Splits the defenders. Fires that one towards the net. Hernandez makes the stop. Good job there by Genesis Hernandez. As Nyla Pierre comes out and away with it. There's a good matchup. Speed on speed. Gamache and Pierre. Gamache doing a nice job backtracking with speed, keeping Pierre from being able to cut towards the goal, which we all know that's what she likes to do. She is the goal scorer for Malden. She's got 2 in the game. And Pierre, I am hesitant to call that a pass. It was Pierre frustrated by the good defense of the Highlanders and just flinging it away, which resulted in a turnover to the Highlanders, who are now in the attacking zone, as Antonelli breaks in. Antonelli defended by Berliner. Sends it out wide to Lily Foster. Foster will have to pick that up, and she does. 2.5 minutes remaining here. Highlanders, 14-goal lead. Gamache now with it. To Gordon. As Berliner able to knock that out of the air, but Antonelli able to get it off the ground. Opportunity possibly, but she loses it out of the cross. Good defense there. As Gabby Dutra was able to cut off her attack. Now Ramos finds Martin at the X. Martins looks for Antonelli, pops into the air, bounding about, and Dutra able to pick it up. And Gordon there defending her gets called for the infraction on Dutra. But Dutra unable to hold on the restart. Highlanders come away with it. Lily Foster with it now. Minute and a half left in the game. As Foster gets it to Gamache. Nora loses her footing. Good check there by Berliner. As Berliner comes away with it. Berliner through the middle zone, establishes the offensive zone. Gamache staying with her.
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute.
Now Pierre has it. Pierre, she's going to look to drive. Highlanders need to be ready, and it looks like they are. Willa Brown, nice job by her. Abby McDonald as well. So they continue to just keep people, not allowing Pierre the opportunity to cut towards that net. She tries a shot with all of her momentum going back towards midfield. That was off target. Lauren Lockowitz in goal for the Highlanders, the freshman coming in here in the second half. As Julia Rafkind started this game for the Highlanders. Dutra once again, nice job. As Gabby Dutra into the attacking zone. Ingrid Wilson getting her first time on the pitch here on the defensive end. That one shot towards Lockowitz. Lauren able to get it into the big cross. Pierre is going to be sent off. She'll throw her cross in frustration, throw the remainder of her equipment in frustration. The clock has expired as the Highlanders win this one 16-2 is your final. Lots of goal scorers all across the Highlander roster, and that's what you want to see. You want to see lots of different offensive abilities and goal scorers. Rowan Buckley, the senior, with 3 goals. Vienna Reichert Facilities with 3 goals. She is a junior. Senior Ava Davis, 2 goals. Sophomore Regan Antonelli had 3 goals. 2 goals for junior Camila Plata. Junior Layla Mahoney with 1 goal. Lily Foster, sophomore, with 1 goal. Let's see here. I think that might be the rundown of goal scorers. Emma Lounsbury, almost forgot the senior. Emma Lounsbury got a goal as well for the Highlanders. A nice assist. Anna Davis, the young freshman, assisting on one of Antonelli's goals. Highlanders, an excellent job today as they were able to take the win. They moved their record to 5-2 overall, 3-0 in the GBL. Malden falls to 0-6, 0-3 in the GBL. Quick shout out for Malden. Do want to give a congratulations to Genesis Hernandez, the young 8th grader in goal. She equated herself very well. She was under assault all day long. Not a lot of help from her defense as well. She made some critical stops. Unfortunately, the Highlanders just too talented offensively as they were able to take this victory today. That's going to do it for us here from Dilboy Stadium. Thank you so much for watching at home. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you, Bill Trudell. He is our videographer on camera. Joe Constantine, he is our director. My name is Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Girls Lacrosse on Somerville NTD.